Hey folks, lack of response here. It's time for another round of the good, the bad, and the weird. Today we are looking at, I flubbed it. This knife, the Brous Blades Silent Soldier Flipper. Let's sit down and take a close look. We are looking at the Brous Blades Silent Soldier Flipper. This has the black, I don't know if it's PVD or DLC code blade. They're usually D2. Nice thick carbon fiber scales. I put my own little lanyard on there just to make it easy to get out of the knife case. And a backspacer that says Brous Blades on it. Many years ago I had one of these with the same kind of handle and a satin finish blade. I foolishly sold or traded that one and wound up missing it and hunted down another one, and this was the one I could find. So it's one of those knives. I liked it enough to buy it twice. Let's start with some measurements. Cutting edge, we're looking at about 2.5. Blades a little over 3 overall once you get to the flipper tab. Less than 7 inches. It's like 6.5 maybe overall length. So not a big knife. Let's have size comparisons. Spyderco Manix and large Sebenza 21. This is one of the smallest knives in my collection, folks. I'm not a small knife person normally, but this one is kind of neat. And we're going to talk about why in the good. First thing I like, thickness. Let's do thickness. Thicker than a Sebenza 21. Thicker than a Spyderco Manix. Let's line a ruler up here. Maybe like 1/2 inch thick. Yeah. It's a chubby boy, but that's part of the good because the handle is very comfortable. One of my gripes with smaller knives that stops me from buying them often is that the handles, reaching for things, are often uncomfortably small and thin. This one does not have that. This one, the handle is small, but it is chunky. And it is comfortable in hand. There's a few different ways you can grip it. We're going to talk about that action in this video as well. I'm tired of fighting. Here we go. You can grip it this way and have yourself a little velociraptor claw. You can go this way for utility cuts. I have heard of, trying to reverse grip it to get like almost a karambit without the finger hole vibe. That is not a hawkbill blade, that is Warncliffe. So, yes, it is comfy in hand. You can hold on to it, and that finger hole right there gives you a very secure, full grip if you want to use that. You can kind of get a finger up on that ricasso as well if you want to do that. I don't worry about it sliding upwards onto the cutting edge. The bad. I feel like the action is not that great on this one. When you get it, and it makes that lovely noise. I don't think it's made for spidey flicking, but you can get it sometimes. You have to be very intentional and deliberate with that flipper tab to make sure you don't fail it. The next bad thing kind of ties in. I feel like the pivot's a little too tight, but if we look up close, you can see that is a very shallow screw. It is free spinning and Loctited. So you can't really adjust the action, even though it does come with a tool for you to supposedly use to adjust the action. It's never let me adjust it in the years I've had this knife. And at some point I just gave up trying because I don't need that headache in my life. I'm trying to be comfy and happy. So the action, the free spinning, Loctite pivot are bad. The weird. That big hole in the blade, intentionally designed to put your finger in, is kind of weird. Does give it kind of a punch dagger type vibe, although it is not a dagger ground blade. You can see it's got a very thinned out swedge. I'm sorry about the bruise on my hand. A very thin little swedge machined out to make it more pokey, but also it's thickened out at the tip for added strength. So the folding punch daggerness. Goodness, that action is bad. That is... Sometimes if you like preload it, it'll go. You gotta be super deliberate. And as you see me struggling with it, you understand why I don't carry it very much. Because half the time it just does not want to open all the way. And that's annoying. But the weird, right? Big finger hole for a folding punch dagger vibe. Brous Blades kind of dropped off the map, which is weird. I remember when I got into the hobby, 2010 or thereabouts, people were going nuts for Brous Blades. A lot of the knife YouTubers were talking about it. Brous was one of the early adopters of having, you know, the premium line made in America with the thick carbon fiber scales, and but also having an inexpensive made in China version of knives using like G10 or, you know, plastic scales essentially, but still keeping the D2 blades. And people got mad at them for that, which strikes me as weird. Like, why is it weird to offer two different price points, especially in this hobby where so many people are like, why does it cost so much? Knife shouldn't cost more than whatever number of dollars. Right, well, Brous Blades had a good answer, like, okay, fair, here's a budget version. And people got mad at him for it, which I think is silly. I appreciate options. I prefer a premium option when it's available, just because I think it's cooler and more fun, and I'm doing this for fun. But I think it's weird they caught so much flack for it. I don't understand why it's okay for like Wii and Concept and Riate and all these other premium brands to offer budget models, but then Brous tries to do it, or Brous does it before they do, and people turn on them. I don't know what happened to Brous Blades. I never see them around anymore. Do you know? Tell us in the comments. Educate us. Tell us how you feel. Like, share, subscribe. Share your opinions. I don't care. But I think that covers the good, the bad, and the weird of the Brous Blades Silent Soldier. And I want to thank you so much for tuning in. Please like, share, subscribe, and stay tuned for more. You have a good day.